Hey guys, Blue Kool-Aid here. I'm gonna do a video for you just real quick. This should be a really quick one. I'm not feeling the greatest, which is why I didn't post yesterday. Just there really wasn't a whole lot going on either, other than the seeds site is down again now for 2 days. Again, right after we catch something, they can get shut off. Is that a coincidence? At this point, I don't think so. Okay, guys, just letting you guys know that. It happens too often. So I do think that they're paying attention to what we're putting out, especially, what's going on with this object that me and Scott's been showing. I do think that they are, shutting this tool off. You would think that if they're seeing stuff there, they would shut it off before we were able to see it. But, like, again, I think they make mistakes. So, anyway, that, and if you think about it, there's not a whole lot of people, actually, if you compare to the population of the world to what's actually watching these things, isn't very much. But they are, at some level, I guarantee you, they're concerned about it getting out to the mass population. So, which is why we do what we do. Anyway, guys, this is the Magnetosphere, and the tools that I show all the time. Okay, but this right here, this is strange. I'm not seeing this happen before. Not to say that it never hasn't happened, but I'll explain. As you can see, this is pretty normal. First thing I started noticing, guys, is that we're seeing 4 to 5 hour jumps in time lapse here. In other words, it's missing 4 to 5 hours every so often. That's become pretty much normal. Okay, again, the same reason I just said a few minutes ago about seeds. But okay, so we see those jumps that's happening. Okay, if you look at the time lapse. I'm sitting there thinking, oh, this is pretty normal. No really reason to put this on a video or anything. But then I see that, all right? Okay, and this isn't so far out of the ordinary either. It's just a hit, right? So what's going on here? So I don't just look at a hit and just leave it alone. I go look at it, and I look at it in multiple tools, and I try to see what's going on. So we get this hit. It did hit us hard enough to get us into the satellite line there. You see the dashed line there is where our satellite orbit is. Okay. So, then just like normal, we have rapid expansion. We get hit. Oops. Like that. Okay. I want to back that up a frame. Oops. Oh, crap. Sorry, guys. Right there. Oop. Good Lord. Okay, do it that way. Do you see the fuzzy haziness of that? If you look at the rest of the imaging here, it's pretty crystal clear, right? I mean, as far as pixelization or whatever, it's not really pixelization because this isn't a capture of from a camera or anything. But you see that back there? That's definitely not something we typically see. All right, what that is that's a mix of two different colors, which is why it looks fuzzy. So in other words, the tool's seen in between two different colors, and that's why we see that. But it's showing something there that we don't normally see. Okay, so we do the rapid expansion. All right, let me go to that. Now this is where I start looking at it kind of strange, and most people don't even see what I'm talking about here, but I look at these all the time. Look at the top, not much going on different than what we usually see, but down here we do. Okay, right here. Now, that's one of two things. That's either a small break in our magnetic shield, which happens from time to time, or it is we're not getting as much pressure down there. So it's not showing up as heat, or I'm just going to use the word heat. It's not showing up as a barrier there because we're not getting hit as hard on that side. So that's one of those two things. But then I look down here. That's most definitely high pressure. So, or high heat, however you want to look at this. Anyway, this out here should be related to this because it's in the same line if we're thinking that the sun is over here and shooting something at us. So I don't think this came from the sun. This is either cosmic rays or our, reaction with our PX object and the sun's electromagnetic field causing some of this stuff, right? Now, again, there you go. So, oops. And then we do this, right? Okay, now if you look there, same thing's kind of happening. It looks like it's starting to close up, but then it kind of stops right there. Again, there's a break here. All right, now, so what's causing that? You know, you would think if there's a break there, it shouldn't be as high back there, right? Well, it is. That's what I'm trying to say. And if you look up here, we don't have that. It's only down there on the bottom. Now, something I'm going to draw you guys' attention to that I've noticed here as of late. You see this up here? This is hard to catch. All right, you know what that is? Because it's on the bottom too. That's a secondary bow shock out in front of us. Okay? That's exactly what that is. It's out here. Like that. Why are we having a secondary bow shock all the time now? You know, I don't know. And again, you can see it there. Okay? I think the reason why we haven't been catching this as much on this tool is because this tool doesn't go that far out in front of us. It doesn't usually show us that far. We can't see nothing past where this box is, right? So, has it been there for a very long time? I don't know. None of us can know because this isn't designed to see like that. But it's picking that up. That's what that is. That's a secondary bow shock. And I'll show you back here because it's there too. It's just not out as far. The reason why it's out farther that time is because of the rapid expansion we just did when we got hit. Okay, so I go look at this tool, and this is the one that I typically look at a lot anyway because it does show things better. This is the solar wind chart. First thing I'll draw your guys' attention to is the solar wind. It's a 539 right there. It's kilometers per second. We could compute that if we wanted to miles per hour, but I'm not going to because, frankly, guys, I don't feel good. Okay, so it got up to like 7 right there. But something I've noticed is if you look, nothing's really that out of the ordinary. Okay, so we get up here. Do we take a hit? Look, when we get the hit, if you look at the solar wind speed up there, it doesn't even break 400. Well, it did right there. Okay, 400. But that's not that high, guys. It's way like right in the middle. So we get that, right? We see this typical hits all the time. So then it does this. Look at this. Look at the... two of them, right? Really, almost 3 if you look at this. So what's causing that? Number 1. Number 2, look at the blue color out in front. That is not normal. Okay? It's not even close. And then we get this odd signature. Look at this thing. I mean, we just go like bam. This is strange. Okay? And then this right here. Look. See how this jets out right here? That, we don't usually see that, but that's not really crazy. But if you compare it to this, there's a clear difference. You would think that the pressure would be constant there, right? Same color exactly, but it's not. Plus, if you look at it even closer, inside here, it's even lower pressure like that. Okay? So this is what I'm showing you guys this real quick. And this right here, I know we can't really rely on what it shows us in the back, but what we can do is we can compare what's normal looking in the back to what's not normal. That's really what I'm trying to say here. It's not normal to see this in the back. You can't really say, hey, this is why this is happening in the back, but you can say that this isn't a normal signature that we see. Okay, so that leads us to other areas to look at. Right, so watch that little blip right there. See how it shot out? Okay, this is normal right here. Okay, well, not completely. Remember I was showing you the difference to top to bottom there? Look. Why are we having a lot more pressure on that part than down here? Again, seems like something is different down here in this area. Okay, that's what I'm trying to show you guys here. And we take that hit, and the low pressure out there really concerns me a little bit more than anything, because that's just not normal at all. Okay, so we get this little blip in the back, right, and it just shoots out. So if you look out back here, this is what you really should see, not balls of low pressure. I'm calling it a ball, and it's just like a collected area of low pressure there, and it just shoots out. You can see how it's separating itself from us. Okay, see how it gets thinner and then pretty much goes away. So this signature here was really strange too. I don't know what this is. This is definitely, the pressure is way off here. So, alright guys, this is the other geomagnetic model. Okay, solar wind, density, all that. This is density. Okay, this is kind of confirming what the other model was showing. That's high dense material. Okay, and it's inside our bow shock. That's strange to me. Okay, now if it was all over the place, it wouldn't be so strange. Again, we're seeing a difference from top to bottom. So at the very least here, guys, this is directional. This isn't just something that came as one big wave. We either caught the butt end of something here or something. Okay, and that dense material stays pretty constant out in the front as we're getting hit. Okay, now see that? That's completely hardly any density. The white is like no density. Alright, but why are we having that dense signature there? Okay, this is why I look at this. See that? See how it's even open right? I'm going to pause that. Okay, look at that. And we're only seeing it on the top down capture. Okay, if you look over here, it's the same on top and bottom. So this model is even showing you that this is something that is specific to that area, just like the other one I just showed you. Okay, this is what I'm trying to say. There's something's going on right here. Because now we got two different models showing us the same types of signatures. Okay, and we could go up here and look at the velocity. The velocity is the speed of the material. Okay, and we'll back it up to there. Okay, and obviously the lighter color is close to 0. Okay, so when you get into the deeper blues or deeper reds, we're talking about higher wind speeds. Okay, and again, this isn't showing something crazy on the velocity. It's mainly, I think it's a density thing going on here. Okay, so I wanted to show you that. Alright guys, this is the space weather. Okay, if this was something that was, I don't know, something normal, okay, this is the phi angle we're looking at in the blue. Typically when the phi angle polarity reverses, we'll see a very, very sharp from up here to down here, and you'll see dots usually following in between. Those are just data points, right? Okay, and then it'll be all jacked up for a minute. Okay, if sometimes it'll flip back really close to each other. Sometimes it's a good distance. But I'm not seeing anything that's telling me that should have happened on our magnetosphere. Okay, so I look down here, and here's the density I was telling you about. Okay, the orange is dense material. It only lasted for a second. So this tool picked up that density jump. Okay, but it's also saying that the wind speed jumped at the same time, and we didn't see a whole lot of jumping going on there. And the green's just temperature. So I wanted to show you guys that, because I'm just not seeing a whole lot of anything here, guys, that should have caused our magnetosphere to act like that. So we're looking at this. It is kind of showing maybe that they were expecting a density increase. okay? But that's an ongoing event here. It's not something that just happens for 12 minutes, okay? Because you're seeing a bump and a slow decline, okay? They were looking for, actually, this right here is directly contradicting what I just showed you, okay? Because the wind speed, the low wind speed ain't what I'm talking about, okay? Because it's showing lower wind speed. But if you look right here, this is where we're at right now, okay? So we should have, when that thing bumped up to 5 whatever, this forecasted map should have been way up there, okay? That's what I'm saying. So it missed it. It was wrong. And again, typically when we see phi angle and cosmic ray bursts and stuff like that, you'll see, like this graph here, you'll see like little spikes like that, like a straight line too, okay? It's not doing nothing to our geomagnetic storm level. If you look right here, you can see the green. It's all the way to 0, guys. That's nothing, okay? All right, guys, I got you over here at the third model that I always show you guys. This is the Australian model. And this is something I do, guys, whenever I see a disruption, okay? This is. I check all 3 models. So this is today. This is right when this thing was happening, right? So I'm going to play this, and you're going to see it take a hit, okay? So see how it's kind of bouncing just a touch? That's normal. Now watch it when it hits. And our density goes up too, and I'll show you that in a second. See how that did that? That's just a little quick hit, right? But did you see how we expanded way out too? Yeah, we see that sometimes. But I want you guys to look at this when this model's jumping around like that. Okay, that's the density right here. So you guys see how it didn't really show a whole lot. And I'm going to go ahead and play that one more time. If the density did go up, it didn't go up for very long. It looked like it might have got up to like 7 there, which is a little elevated, okay? 1 to 3 is pretty normal on here. But we've seen it up to 160, okay? I think it's like 189 once, I think, is the highest I've ever seen it. But yeah. So guys, I just wanted to bring that to you real quick because something's going on there. I'll probably do a video later on this evening, early tomorrow morning. So God bless. Yeshua saves, and you can drink this Kool-Aid. All right, guys, I just want to add something here real quick. What we seen there, guys, was most likely probably a cosmic ray hit. I just forgot to say that at the end of the video. Just because of the directional aspect to that, it just seemed like it came from a specific direction. So when that happens, normally it's a cosmic ray hit. Even when we're talking about our object interacting with the sun, it typically comes from the same direction as the sun. So when we see the ones that come from different directions, it's most likely, what it is. So anyway, guys, just wanted to add that to there. Again, God bless. Yeshua saves, and you can drink this Kool-Aid, and no worries, no drama, no dogma. Most important, no fear.